1993 was the year Halloween Horror Nights Orlando leveled up. Bigger crowds, scarier houses, and some of the wildest shows ever put in a theme park. What started as just a 3-night experiment in 1991 had already exploded by 93 into one of Universal's most iconic events. Today, we're diving into all the haunted houses, shows, and outrageous stunts from HHN 1993. But before we get started, if you love theme park history and Halloween Horror Nights as much as I do, hit that like button and subscribe to Backtrack Parks. It really helps the channel grow. And I've got a ton more spooky history videos coming your way. Now, let's head back to 1993. First, the basics. In 1993, the event officially became Halloween Horror Nights 3. The event ran for 7 nights in total, expanding beyond the previous years. Ticket prices were priced at about $35 per person, a big jump compared to a regular park admission back then. But for HHN fans, it was worth every penny. Marketing pushed the tagline of HHN as the premier Halloween event in Orlando, something Universal was eager to cement. Now, let's talk about the haunted houses, the core of Halloween Horror Nights. In 1993, guests experienced 3 original houses that pushed creativity even further. First, we have the Slaughterhouse, a gruesome meat processing themed maze that shocked guests with its gore and grisly atmosphere. This was one of the most infamous houses of the early years. Second, the Psychopath Maze, a winding, twisted labyrinth of psychological horror designed to disorient and terrify. This maze showed that HHN wasn't just about blood and guts. It could get inside your head, too. Third, we have People Under the Stairs. Based on the Wes Craven film, the house brought the movie's unsettling world into real life. It was one of the first HHN mazes tied directly to a horror film, setting a precedent for the licensed houses that we see today. And of course, Halloween Horror Nights in 1993 wasn't just about haunted houses. It was also packed with live entertainment, the kind of stuff that really gave the event its chaotic, anything can happen energy. First up, the now legendary Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure was back for another year. This pop culture-fueled comedy show was quickly becoming a fan favorite, full of parodies, music, and over-the-top humor that gave guests a much-needed break from all the scares. Then came the more extreme acts, shows that definitely wouldn't fly in the parks today. Burn and Bury brought shocking stunts to life with performers pushing the limits of fire and endurance. Crossbows of Death was exactly what it sounds like. Daring crossbow tricks performed right in front of live audiences. And then you had Hex Maniacs and the Human Blockheads, both sideshow-inspired performances showcasing the bizarre and the grotesque. These weren't just filler acts. They helped cement HHN's early reputation as a wild, edgy event that wasn't afraid to go darker than anything you'd see at Disney. And if that wasn't enough chaos, 1993 also featured Robosaurus, the massive, fire-breathing, car-crunching robot dinosaur that roared to life and drew huge crowds. Pair that with Rock Inferno, a high-energy concert experience featuring Herb Williams and Gibraltar, and you had the perfect mix of spectacle and mayhem that defined the event in these early years. Halloween Horror Nights 1993 might not have had the scale of later years, but it was a turning point. This was the year Universal proved the event wasn't just a one-off experiment, it was here to stay. The return of houses, the bold live shows, and the addition of massive spectacles like Robosaurus all helped cement HHN as a must-see Orlando tradition. It was in these early years that the DNA of the event was really forming, the balance of scares, humor, and over-the-top entertainment. Without 1993, HHN might never have grown into the massive, story-driven, multi-park experience that we know today. That wraps up our look back at HHN 1993. Thanks so much for joining me on this trip into the event's early years. I know some of the picture quality isn't the best, images from the early 90s are tough to track down, but they're an important part of the history. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit like and subscribe to Backtrack Parks so you don't miss future dives into Halloween Horror Nights history and theme park stories. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite HHN memory? Until next time, keep your flashlight handy. You never know what might be lurking in the dark.